Hello, hello. Am I on? I am on. Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever it happens to be, round your way, wherever that may be in the world. So this is the last workout of this series, and if you look in the description for each of the workouts in this program, it's called our 30-day Step-Tember challenge. You'll see in the description at the bottom there's a way to put all these workouts together. I would advise you to go to the very first one at the beginning of this series, which is our breath session, and then follow each session one at a time. You could do one each day, and then as in the descriptions, as it says, there are ways to put the workouts together and follow it for a 30-day campaign. So I hope you will join me for all of the workouts. This is bringing some ideas together using my Pilates Flow workouts, which is a class, and this is a particular class that I do every Friday morning at 6:30 in the morning, and I have a lovely team of people who follow me doing that, and it's a really popular format. It's Pilates Flow with HiiT training. Now that sounds weird, right? You know, how could you put Pilates with HiiT training? Well, you can really well, and they work really well together. And the reason they do is because they're very different types of training, but one helps the other. So by doing a little bit of Pilates Flow before we go into the HiiTs, it helps to free the body up, but it also helps to set the mind into the right place as well, and that's really important. It also helps releasing tension throughout the body, but then once you've done the HiiT training, it also means that your body is so stimulated when you go to do a second round of the flow sequence, you really can feel a difference. So that's why it works well together. Now, what is HiiT training? Just a little quick explanation about what HiiT training is. Sometimes you'll hear it called as TASTER. Well, it's a style of doing short bursts of very high intensity activity, and TASTER training or HiiT training became really popular because of research that started in the 1990s, which was done by a guy, or originally done by a guy called TASTER, where he was looking at the fact that you could do in a very short space of time, you could gain health parameters by doing very short, sharp, intense intervals of 20 to 30 seconds of intense work, followed by a rest period, and then repeat. Now, this doesn't mean to say that interval training is anything new. It's been around for a long time, and I was doing interval training way before this research in the kind of late 90s. However, it became popularized by this research because it showed that it is really worthwhile doing. We know that when you do HiiT training, it hits on your anaerobic pathways. That means it helps to push those anaerobic pathways up. It helps to increase your aerobic capacity. So it helps with your lung, heart function in a really positive way. Research has also shown that this type of training has really important metabolic effects on the body as well. It helps us to increase our whole health parameters. It can really help to reduce disease risk in a number of different ways. So that's why we should do it. And this way of doing it in between your Pilates kind of brings it in really subtly. And it means you've done it, yeah? You've got it done. It's a part of your workout regime, and it means you can get it done. And if you'd ever like to join me in my classes, then please do head over to the website, janewait.com, and you can trial one of my full classes for free. So this is just a 12-minute taster, but the full workouts are around 35 to 40 minutes. So if you'd like more of this, then please do come and join me. It's always advisable to join my fundamentals Pilates class first before you go on to the other ones, just so that you know what you're doing. But just go on to the website and send me an email and chat with me so I can know what your needs are, and that we can actually work together and build a program specifically for you. Alrighty, so let's warm it up, and we're just going to squat down and up. Let's start with some breathing though as well, because breath is the fundamental, the most important thing. As I say, go to our first workout in this series to find out more about the breath. So one hand onto your abdomen, one hand onto your chest. Take a nice big deep breath for me. Inhale through the nose and out through the nose. So close your mouth, place your tongue on the roof of the mouth. Exhale. Feel your core muscles coming in. Length through the shoulder, draw the shoulders down, chin in, and then do that for me again. Inhale, exhale, Draw in through your center, lift up through your core, work the shoulders down, find that breath. And as you're inhaling, exhaling, know that as you inhale, your pelvic floor, the diaphragm, the abdominals expand. As you exhale, they draw in, so you can harness that feeling. And if you do that stop a wee feeling with the pelvic floor and lift up and in, you can really feel your core muscles working. It's also really good to draw out through the core of the foot. The core of the foot is that feeling where you press down through the inside of the ball of the foot, the outside of the ball of the foot, and through the heel. Imagine it like a tripod, and you're drawing in through that tripod, creating more of an arch in your foot. This generates strength into the center of the foot, helps to stimulate the foot, helps to wake the foot up, but it also gives you that connection from your foot through to your pelvic floor, and then with the tongue on the roof of the mouth and the chin in, all the way through to your jaw. So it gives you this sense of lift. Think of arches through the body, from the foot to the pelvis. The diaphragm is an arch, from the diaphragm all the way to the roof of the mouth, and you're drawing up through those arches in your body. So think about that as you do this. So take a breath, inhale, exhale, drop down and lift back up. And do that for me a few more times. Now, all of the workouts we do are suitable for you if you're pregnant. Just watch your intensity, particularly on those intervals. You want to be able to talk to me, as you're doing it. So don't take it beyond that point. And always, again, if you're pre or postnatal, you really must check with your doctor before you do any working out. That's really important. And if you struggle with your pelvic floor to feel it, just put a cushion between your knees when you're doing movements like this, and keep your steps small. Listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right, stop, and then come back to it when you've maybe got some more help and support. As I say, you can go to my website for that and contact me if you want to. Okay, do one more. Just come up onto your toes, find your center, chin in, back of the neck nice and long. And if you're able to, you're going to tuck in, bend the knees and roll down. If that isn't right for you because you have a tummy, you can just come to this position, hands supporting, and just tuck underneath, release your spine, take the butt out, do that again, and then everybody roll back up. Roll your shoulders back, and we're going to go into our little Pilates sequence. Now, we did this a couple of days ago on its own. Now we're going to add in the HiiT. So you're going to balance onto your left foot, take your right knee in behind you. Now you can hold onto a chair or put your hand onto a wall for support if you need it. And we're going to internally rotate the hip, and then take the hip outwards and then back and down behind you. And you're going to bend this knee. Now you only do what feels right to you. And if for whatever reason that movement doesn't feel right to you, stop and don't do this bit. You could just do the knee bend. That's fine. Always work within what works for you. And if it does feel good and you want to go bigger with it, you can take that knee all the way up and around. You don't have to have the foot off the floor. You can put the foot down. You can have support. So you could be putting your foot down behind you. Let's do one more of these. So look, I can do it with my foot down. I lied. I'm going to do one more. Or you can do it with your foot off the floor. You can have your hand on a wall and then circle. Now we're going to take that circle all the way down and around and onto the floor. Now put your knee onto the floor and hold here and just stretch through. Now you can just look over your shoulder, or you can look over your shoulder, put the hand up. If you want to, you can take your knee off the floor and do a slightly more advanced version of this move. But remember, do what feels right to your body. You're trying to feel length through the outside of this thigh, length through the front of this thigh, and a little bit of rotation through your waist. Use your core. Take a big deep breath. Inhale, exhale, draw your tummy in. Allow your hips to sink forward as you do this. Well done. Okay, now we're going to turn ourselves around and sit onto our bottoms. Bring your right knee up behind your left heel and sit down. Okay, cross-legged, you'll feel a pull coming around the outside of the leg. Now take the left foot to the back, right leg towards the front, and then you're just going to rotate your knees to one side and then to the other side. Now again, this has got to feel good to you. If it doesn't, if you experience any pain, don't do it. Stop, rest, and just get some extra support if you experience any pain. Go and see a professional, and you're very welcome to comment below and I can help you. I've got lots and lots of videos on the YouTube channel which can help you if you're experiencing pain in your hips, particularly if you're pregnant or postnatal. Listen to your body, guys. But this should feel good. It should feel really nice if you're doing it. Now if you want to work more into your hips, kind of lift your back up taller. Can you see how I'm minimizing the movement in my spine? I'm not allowing myself to roll back. And when you do that, the movement has to occur more in your hips. So if you want to generate more movement in your hips, keep your back up tall, spine tall. You can even take your hands away. Then we're going to hold to the front and come down. And really push the right hip over to the right. Feel that release in your right hip. So really releasing that right hip. This is a great way to really warm the hips up. Get rid of tension in the hips. Again, it's all going to feel good and you've got to breathe. Inhale, exhale. All right, now from here, we're going to come onto the knees. Take the knees back behind. Shoulders down, chin in, back of the neck nice and long. Now you do that stop a fart, stop a wee. You engage your core and you're going to take the right leg up, bring it back in, take it out and place it down. Now again, there should be no associated pain in your pelvis. If there is, that means you need to go and get some extra support. And that could mean literally extra support, because what your core muscles should be doing is controlling your pelvis enough here to ensure that there isn't any discomfort. Now we're going to do 4 press-ups. Now before you press, engage your pelvic floor, stop a fart, stop a wee, and then lower down and lift. So you're really strong around this area. 1 more. And then we're going to go back into that leg pull. I'll show you a more advanced version, but you've got to be able to feel that strength in your core. And if you're pregnant or postnatal, you may not have that, yeah? Which is why you're perhaps going to come to here. But again, think about how it feels. Use your core muscles. Okay, let's do 4 press-ups. So you could be here, or you could be here, knees down, or you could even do a full press-up if you were strong enough. Yeah, maybe halfway on the way up. So those are all the different versions. Now we're going to pull back into what I call puppy dog, which for some of you, if it feels right, could be a down dog. Only do what feels right to you. Rest if you need to. Okay, now slowly walking your way back, all the way back, lift up, use your core as you lift up. Now we're really warmed up. I'd like you to take a step to the right and to the left. Now we're going to do literally 30 seconds at a higher intensity, yeah? Are you ready? Okay, so your choice here with this movement, you can just cross the leg behind and use the arms. That's all you need to do. If you want to work a little bit harder, remember we're trying to get our intensity up here. If you're pregnant, that's just a little bit, so you feel your heart rate come up. You want to feel energized but good. You want to be able to talk all the way through. If you're not pregnant and you have no issues in your hip or your pelvic floor, take it bigger. Yeah, really big. Let's do 15 more seconds. Keep going. Keep moving. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that should have got your heart rate up. Have a think about whether it did. Go into a nice slow squat for me now, guys. Lowering and lifting. Down and up. Again, breathe it through. Are you ready to go again? We're going to go faster with these squats. Now all you have to do is lift the heels up, down, lift. And that's all you have to do. And you don't have to go very far with it. You're just taking your pace up. Or you can go bigger. Or you can jump. Optional. It's got to feel good to you. You can even take it up higher by jumping all the way. Yep, your choice. Go. Breathe. Keep it going. Keep it moving. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. How you doing? You can just squat. And 1. Well done. Okay, back to your step. We're going to do these 2 again. Yep. Breathe. Did you feel your heart rate go up? Now this is the important thing. Now you need to recover. Breathe it through nice and slowly. Recover. You recovered? Hope so. All right, let's go again. You ready? Make it bigger. Go. Now if you want to, you can hop it up and you can leap it and make it big, really big. Or you can keep it small. Go at your pace. Breathe it through. Use your center. Yes, yes. Keep it going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're there. Slow it down, catch your breath. Listen to your body, use your core all the way through. Breathe. And we'll go for our last hit. Are you ready? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Go faster. Here we go. Down, up. Up. Keep it going. Option to jump. Option to jump on every movement. Your choice. Go at your level. Keep going. Keep using your core. Keep breathing. Keep it going. Breathe. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're there. Well done. All right, ease it down. So now we're going to do our flow sequence on the other side. Yeah, can we do this? I think we can. All right, are you ready? So we're going to balance onto the right leg this time. Okay, here we go. Left leg goes behind. Think about how your body feels now. Focusing on your breath. You have to think about your breath because it's already elevated, yeah? So use deep breathing to calm it down. Knee in, you can put your foot on the floor. You can hold onto a wall if you need to. Do 2 more. Actually, that's a lie. We're going to do 4 more. And we're really trying to move that hip around. So you internally rotate it, you externally rotate it, but you only do what feels right to you. Okay, and then we're going to take the leg all the way down. Cross it behind us. Bring that knee down. Hold, and then you're going to look over your right shoulder. And you can get your right hand placed around the outside of your right knee. Yeah? And just pull that knee in a little bit. You can take your foot off the floor if you want to. Yeah? You can look over your shoulder, you can reach up with your arm. Do what feels right to you. Keep lifting into your center, keep breathing. All right, now we're going to bring the left knee up. We're going to sit down onto our bottoms, and then we're going to take it to the back and to the front. Yeah? Keep it going. Now remember, you can take it in tighter, yeah, or you can do it longer, with your legs longer. You can look right behind you. Do a movement that really works with your body right now, how it is today. Do 1 more, and then we're going to hold to the front. So hold it down, push your left hip over to the left. It should feel good doing this, yeah? If it doesn't, then stop. Assess what you're doing. Get some extra support and help if you need it. You can always go to my website and give me a message. All right, from here, we're going to go into that leg pull, chest press combination. So you go out, in. Let's just do 2 this time. And then you press. Leg pull. Change. And press. You can do it here. A little bit harder. You can do it with your knees off the floor, harder still. Eyes above fingertips and press. Let's do 1 more set. Lift your core, breathe. Last 2 press-ups. You could do them full if you want to. But make sure you've got a strong core to do that full one. You've got to be able to keep the abs in as you do that, guys. Yay! And we're there. Well done. So that's our little mini workout. Did you see how different it felt doing the HiiTs in between? You've got your heart rate up, the body's really warm, your proprioception, that's your nerve response, is heightened. So you then are able to do the Pilates sequence the second time around in a slightly different way. It feels good, doesn't it? And that's what this is all about, is doing stuff that feels good and connecting to that feeling. That's what makes a difference with your exercise, and that's what gets you to stick with it as well. And this is just one of the many little steps you can make in your movement journey, just trying to connect to what you're doing. Think about how it feels and how you can enhance the feel-good factor with that as well. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.